Here's some of the communications devices that they'd carry with them. There's I can't think of it. Morse code machines. Ooh, too close. Some whistles. Map sketching tools. I want to say this is from the U.S. Army. I can't tell. It's gray and it's very old. Not gray, but it looks like it was green, but now it's starting to turn grayish. Oh, it looks like we've got some mortars and stuff. That's from an airplane. Here we go. We got some knives, some daggers, some machetes. Ooh, here we go. Getting into some guns now. Let's see. There's a 1911. You can see it's actually the soldier actually engraved his name on there. I don't know if you guys can see it on that 1911 right here. You can see where he scratched his name in on it, and he wrote France underneath of it too. So that's an actual World War I used. Well, all of these should be World War I used, but yeah, right there, that gun right there. Some grenades. We're going to get into some weaponry that I don't know the names of. I don't know what... I know that's a machine gun, but I'm not quite sure. Huh? Oh, you can see them back there too, guys. There's some machine guns that they would mount on the ground. Big old things. Some more rifles. Again, some rifles I'll know, guys, and some I won't. A lot of them I won't know. I wonder if that's an M1 Garand. I'm not sure. Over here you got gas masks. Because they used gas a lot in World War I. I do know that. Mustard gas. There's some Canadian things. I wonder what this is. There's nothing to tell me what this is, but it looks, I'm not sure if this is like the Canadian Medal of Honor or not. I'm not sure, guys. There's nothing to tell me. I'd assume it's Canadian. More gas masks. Some utensils and some steins. Oh my god, my dad would love this. He collected steins like crazy.
Okay, let's
There's quite a few medals. Quite a few medals. Some clothes.
Yeah, I thought the way
Salvation Army.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of service flags and things. Alright guys, now this wall here has letters from soldiers. This one's from a 5th Balloon Company, and a lot of it I can't read, but he's basically talking to his mom and dad about what's going on over there. He's in France with the American Expeditionary Forces. Here's just an envelope from France from an American soldier. Another letter from a soldier that just says, "Mom, hold up all my mail. Am leaving tomorrow a.m. Everything okay. Read box, also letter will $1. Huh? Yeah, some of the writing I'm not going to be able to read. Oh, it's from the same guy. It's from the same soldier, Private Walter L. Myers. And he's talking to his mom and dad. This is from a female soldier. Mom and dad. I can't read some of this, guys. I'm sorry. 3rd Balloon Detachment, U.S. Army Aviation Branch. Here's another one. Oh, you're sorry. It says, Mom and Dad, I think we are in the state of Louisiana, bound for the Atlantic coast. Either New Jersey or Morrison, Virginia. Coleman accommodations have kitchen attached and get good grub. We'll write more later, Bill. Here's more letters from Private Walter Myers. Some more from Private Walter Myers. Yeah, guys, I can't read all of his letters, but I've been doing some more looking, and this is basically all these letters from Walter Myers. His letters to his mom and dad communicating during World War I, talking about how he got excited because he had to make a design on the front of his commanding officer's tent because his dad, Private Myers' dad, was a famous, well, not like super famous, but he was an artist, and you can see his son was just as good by the design on his letters and things. They were pretty good artists. And this just is all his letters to his mom and dad, talking to him about just life, what he's doing. And a lot of it, guys, some of it I can read, but some of it I can't because his handwriting is kind of, in some spots I can't read, but this basically tells us about him. And it says, in February 1918, Walter Myers headed for a training camp at San Antonio, Texas. He wrote back home to Steubenville, Ohio, all is okay. Like many fathers, John Ross Myers sent a letter of reply to his son in camp. Unlike many fathers, John Ross Myers was a professionally trained artist who owned a print shop in Ohio and painted theatrical scenery. Walter Myers, the son, was an aerial observer serving as a private in the 5th Balloon Company, Signal Corps, American Expeditionary Forces. Walter used artistic and observational skills learned from his father to draw maps from aerial observations and recognize camouflaged enemy positions. Oh, wow. On envelopes carrying letters to Walter, John carefully painted cartoon scenes of camp life, patriotic symbols, mythical figures, and expressive scenes of the American Expeditionary Forces at work over there. He mailed these works to his son, and sometimes with decorated envelopes arriving in batches. Wherever Walter was, Kelly Field in San Antonio, Texas, U.S. Aviation Camp in Morrison, Virginia, or somewhere in France. While serving, Walter kept his father's art with him and safely cared for it throughout the war. Today, John Ross Myers' work speaks to viewers through the years, communicating both a unique artistic perspective of the war and a father's love for his child. Wow, that's actually pretty touching. That is very touching. Alright, guys, this talks about some of the monarchs during World War I, how the East symbolized the proud national heritage, and it talks about in Britain and France and other few countries, parliaments exercise their real power. And this basically something that I found interesting was a lot of the royal families were related through royal blood or marriage, and Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany was Queen Victoria's grandson. Now, I know a little bit about World War I, but I did not know that. And here's just a small bust of Kaiser Wilhelm. You can see it very good. Alliances. And this just talks about the alliances. European nations use military alliances and secret pledges to balance each other's power. By 1907, Europe was divided into two rival coalitions. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy formed the Triple Alliance. Great Britain, France, and Russia formed the Triple. And I can't pronounce it. Triple Entente? This talk just shows in 1839 Great Britain pledged to uphold Belgian neutrality. 1879 Germany and Austria-Hungary created the dual alliance. 1882 Italy joined Germany and Austria-Hungary, making a triple alliance. 1887 Germany signed a treaty with Russia. 1890 Kaiser Wilhelm renounced the reinsurance treaty with Russia. France and Russia formed their dual alliance. France and Great Britain signed an entree. Cordell? Great Britain signed an entry. This is just an Austrian on horseback from what it says on the down here. Austrian field marshal. This talks about conscription and nationalism. There's a bugle. Let's see, what is that? It looks like a German regimental pipe. It's a pipe. Neat. It tells what they all are down here. Flask. Cartridge box. Beer stein. That's neat. This section talks about society. It says in this pre-war years, European and American society saw enormous change. An emerging middle class of prosperous, educated families enjoyed modern comforts, travel, and precious leisure time. Once the province of only the very wealthy, the women's right movement was gaining momentum, challenging Victorian notions that a woman's place was only in the home. Among the working classes, more and more people were migrating from farms to crowded cities. Poor wages and deplorable working and living conditions created a breeding ground for socialism and communism. Oh, this is neat. This is a stereoscope viewfinder with cards. First Viewmaster, technically. That's neat. And this is talking about economics. Sorry guys, I'm trying to skip over some stuff because it's such a big place and I want to make sure I get a lot of good stuff in. The Great Illusion by Norman Angell. This section talks about imperialism. If you guys want to stop and take a look at it and read it, I'll try to back up so you guys can read it. Stay here for a second. There's too much to stop and just read, and there's people in here, guys, so I'm trying to be respectful. And this, that looks like the statue of a British officer. Another book, The Origin of Species by Natural Selection by Charles Darwin. Holy crap. That's cool. Darwin book. Here's some helmets and stuff that actually tell us what they are. Let's see. This first one right here that we're looking at, that's a Imperial Russian winter hat. A papa, worn by an enlisted man. The fur is artificial wool fleece sewn around inner cloth. And this is a Prussian officer's spiked helmet. And this is a Prussian Hussar Busby, model 1909, worn by an enlisted man of the Liebhuser Regiment No. 2. Now look at that. That thing is awesome looking. Look at that thing. That skull. That is crazy. That's crazy looking. That is an Hungarian Shapka, lieutenant of the 2nd Regiment. That's crazy. Japanese cavalry saber. A British pattern sword. French dragoon. Wow, this is cool. Look at all the propaganda, you know, the war bonds and stuff like that from that time. That's awesome. Here's some weaponry. We got a little bit. This is a French model 1914, a Remington rolling block single shot rifle, chambered for the French 8mm Lebel cartridge. That's neat. And this is a German revolver, 1879. It's a Reichs revolver. This is a German commission GEW 88 rifle, caliber 7.9mm. Damn. Austro-Hungary revolver, model 1898. 8mm revolver was manufactured at... I'm not even going to pronounce that, guys, because I'm going to completely get that wrong. This talks about global war. Chain reaction. Austria declares war on Serbia. Russia mobilizes its troops in Serbia. Germany declares war on Russia. Germany declares war on France. Germany invades Belgium. Great Britain declares war on Germany. Austria declares war on Russia. Serbia declares war on Germany. Great Britain declares war on Austria-Hungary. Germany invades France. Japan declares war on Germany. God, Germany was really pissing people off at this time. Turkey enters the war on Germany. Russia declares war on Turkey.